recording has started or not? Okay. Okay. So, function of ovaries. First of all, it is oogenesis. Oogenesis is generating or producing the or forming the female sex cells. What are female sex cells? Female sex cells are ovum or egg. So, production of egg or formation of egg is known as oogenesis. Okay, the word genesis means generating something, and oogenesis is generating eggs or ovum inside ovary. So, uh, formation of female sex cells begin in developing fetus, where female stem cells called oogenia divide by mitosis to produce primary oocytes. Okay, so female stem cells called oogenia means developing female fetus, means female fetus develop from female sex cells only, and those are known as oogenia, and they divide by the process of mitosis. So mitosis and meiosis are the two processes through which cell division occur. Now human means female sex cells divide themselves by mitosis. The ovaries produce and release ovum in ovulation. Means when ovaries are releasing eggs into fallopian tube, that process is known as ovulation. Okay, so when eggs are getting matured inside ovary and it is coming into fallopian tube, that process is known as ovulation. Now, get ovulation in detail. Rupturing of Graafian follicle and release of female egg or ovum near fallopian tube. So, Graafian follicle that ruptures and the egg get into fallopian tube. They also secrete female sex hormones, those are estrogen and progesterone. So you all know that estrogen and progesterone are the female sex which is produced in ovary. So what are the functions of ovary? That is oogenesis means formation of egg, ovulation, the release of egg to fallopian tube, and secretion of estrogen and progesterone hormones. Okay, so these are the functions: oogenesis, ovulation, and secretion of these two hormones. Now, in this picture, you can see how egg is getting matured inside ovary. This is a picture of an ovary, and here you can see it is day 1 and it is getting matured. It is day 12 and day 14, day 20, day 28, and it's fully matured now. It is ready to release itself to fallopian tube. Okay, now uterine tubes or fallopian tubes. So uterine tubes are also known as fallopian tubes. So do not get confused with these terminologies. They are same. The female body contains two fallopian tubes which transport the ovum from ovaries to uterus. So this is the tube which is connecting ovaries to uterus. Means egg has to travel from ovary to uterus through fallopian tube each month. Okay, either it get fertilized or not. If it is getting fertilized, it will form zygote and stick to uterine wall. If it is not getting fertilized, it will release with menstrual blood. Okay, so Each fallopian tube is about to 10 semi long. It consists of funnel sept end called infundibulum. So, infundibulum, ampulla, and isthmus are the three parts of fallopian tube. Okay. Infundibulum is the part where it is attaching or where it is connecting to ovary. Ampulla is the middle part, and isthmus is the last part where it is connecting to uterus. Now, here in this picture, you can see the fallopian tube here, which is connecting from ovary to uterus. This is the fallopian tube, and when the fallopian tube is connecting to ovary, that portion is known as infundibulum, and the middle part is known as ampulla, and the last part, where it is the narrowest, where it is connecting to uterus, that portion is known as isthmus. In this side, you can see isthmus leveled. Okay, and this is a funnel sept structure. Fallopian tube has a funnel sept structure. It is widest in infundibulum and become narrower in ampulla and narrowest in isthmus. Okay. Next is, in this picture, you can see maturation of not maturation. It is already matured here. This is the ovum, matured ovum, and it is coming to fallopian tube. Now, hundreds and thousands of sperms come, and they try to fertilize the egg, but only one sperm can do that. Okay, so not every sperms can do that, otherwise that may be massacre. So only one sperm can do that, and they form zygote. Okay, the fusion of egg and sperm is zygote. Now here you can see zygote. Now zygote is now dividing itself. Cell division is occurring in zygote. 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, and then maturation of embryo or fetus. Okay. Am I audible? Am I connected?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the functions of fallopian tube. Approximately once a month, an ovum ruptures from the surface of an ovary near the infundibulum of uterine tube, a process called as ovulation. So we all know that when ovulation is taking place, ovary is releasing an egg to fallopian tube. The ovum is brushed off by ciliary action of the infundibulum and by waving fimbriae, which create a current that transport ovum into uterine tube. So the finger-like projections inside fallopian tube, if you remember, we have studied that finger-like projections are present in inner walls of small intestine, in windpipe, and in fallopian tube. So what are the named there? What are the name of finger-like projections in small intestine?
Cilia, ma'am.
Cilia,
Villay, madam.
Lucia.
Village,
Yes,
madam.
it is villi. And, yes. And what is called inside windpipe?
Cilia.
Yes, it is cilia there. And the finger-like projections in this fallopian tube is known as fimbriae. Here you can see fimbriae. Okay. So this fimbriae waving or brushing the egg into the uterine wall. So the two uterine or fallopian tubes transport the ova from ovaries to uterus. So let me tell you, having two ovaries, they both do not secrete ovum together. They have an alternative working process. Once means once if right side ovary is producing the egg, then next month will produced by left side ovary. Then again next month will be produced by right side, again left side. So there is an alternate process. So from uh, in a month, only one egg will be released by one ovary, and the next egg in next month will be released by another ovary. Okay. So fertilization usually takes place in fallopian tube. So you can see fallopian tube, how important it is. Fertilization is taking place in fallopian tube. If not fertilized, the ovum dies within 24 to 48 hours. Okay. As the ovum is getting released from this ovary, it is coming to fallopian tube. If it is not fertilized within 24 to 48 hours, then it will die and disintegrate either in the tube of or the uterus. If fertilized, the ovum becomes zygote. If the egg get fertilized, the ovum will become zygote and is swept into uterus. This takes about 4 to 5 days. Okay, so if the egg is getting fertilized, then it will take 4 to 5 days to come to uterus. The ovum is moved by peristalsis and the capillary axon towards uterus. The same thing, fimbriae, peristalsis and ciliary axon, both are playing role. Fertilization of male sperm and female ovum usually occurs in the ampulla of uterine tube within 24 hours after ovulation. Okay. Puberty. So the puberty is development of secondary sexual characteristics, maturity in terms of genitalia, usually at the age of 10 to 14 years in female. It is the sign of the childbearing period. Okay, so this is the period where a female get matured or get it is having the potentiality to bear a child. Puberty, maturity changes are due to increased secretion of growth hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, estrogen, and progesterone hormone. Okay. Now, physical and psychological maturity changes are as follows in female during puberty. What are those? Menstrual cycle begins. Okay. Increased growth of ovarian follicles in ovary. Maturation of ovaries, uterus, and fallopian tubes. Enlargement and development of breast and vagina. Increased growth in height and widening of pelvic girdle. Mental and emotional maturity. Increased deposition of fats on breast, abdomen, mons pubis, and hips. Increased protein metabolism. Increased voice speech. Growth of underarm, axillary, and mons pubis hairs. Stimulates sebaceous glands to secrete sebum, thereby giving anti-acne action. So sebaceous glands are you can say it's a type of oil glands present in skin. Okay, so these are the physical and psychological changes in a female we can see during puberty, which is happening almost approximately 10 to 15 years or entirely teenage, you can say. Okay, now menstrual cycle. This is a series of changes in ovary and wall of uterus in a non-pregnant female throughout the childbearing period. Okay, so as long as a female is fertile, means since puberty to menopause. Okay, so as long as the female is fertile, if the female is not becoming pregnant, menstrual cycle will go on every month. So this is the series of changes in ovary and walls of uterus in a non-pregnant female throughout childbearing period. It is essential part of making sexual reproduction. So menstrual cycle is stimulated by changes in levels of hormones in the blood. The duration of menstrual cycle is normally about 28 to 35 days and occurs in 3 phases: menstrual or follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and secretory phase. So these are the phases you need not know in such detail. You can see this picture how the phases are occurring. Uh, this is the picture where when a girl is menstruating, then proliferative phase, where again the uterine wall is developing or becoming ready for receiving a zygote. So uterine walls are again thickening. When they get thickened enough and they do not receive any zygote, then they again fall down with menstrual blood every month. Okay. Now menopause. What is menopause? It is the period between age group of 45 to 55 years, marking the end of childbearing period of female. Okay, so menopause is the stop of childbearing period of an woman. Okay, so it is caused by changes in sex hormone level, due to which ovulation and menstrual cycle become irregular. Okay, so how does it happen? It does happen due to changes in sex hormone levels, due to which ovulation and menstrual cycle become irregular. The ovaries become non-responsive to follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, estrogen and progesterone hormones. Sorry. So ovaries become non-responsive to these hormones, and finally menstruation stops, that is menopause. Okay, so this is the end of reproductive system. Any question, any doubt?
Ma'am, will you be uploading the slides?
Yeah, I will send it. So you people got the concepts?
Yes, ma'am.
So here your journey of anatomy and physiology gets over officially
Thank you so
for
much, ma'am.
this year,
Thank
and
you.
I hope yes, and I hope the questions from anatomy and physiology you get in net exam could be easy for you with this study. And if you get any question, any confusion or doubt, you can ask me anytime. Now also you can ask.
Sure. Sure, ma'am. Your classes was really helpful, and like the way you teach, you are making everyone understand and you explain it so well. Thank you so much for your time.
Actually, I am really very, very sorry for my network. But I cannot do anything in AIMS also. If I go to AIMS, then also it is like this only. So network in AIMS is also not stable. I'm really sorry for this region.
It's okay, madam. I know we can understand that there is a network problem there.
Yeah. So let's wind up the class with ending prayer. Sit straight, close your eyes, upright your spine, deep inhale and exhale completely. Inhale and think, feel, assume that all the concepts you have learned till today are fixing on your brain. Forget this. You are enjoying the process of learning, and you will always enjoy the process of learning. We will always become a good student. Everything new. You are telling your brain, and not only from your brain, from all your existence, you become a good acceptor. Inhale deep and long, and exhale completely. Exhale. Namaskar. Bhavet. Om Shanti. Rub your palms. Feel the energy and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face throughout the day. Wow.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.